welcome to Inside Out Triangle. My name is Teray, and we are here to do historical horror stories. I'm here today with my daughter and my husband, and we are doing a seafood mukbang. I'm not really a seafood person. I mean, I love whiting fish. Y'all know this from my video a couple of videos ago. But I do love whiting fish, and I love shrimp. So of course we had to have a lot of shrimp. My husband is from Maryland. He loves seafood. So we got the lobster for him. We tried to get crabs, but they talked about they were out of crabs because today is the 4th of July. Hey, happy 4th of July. So if you hear fireworks outside, they're actually going off because we're up here. And you can actually see the different fireworks. So please excuse that. But yeah, today is the 4th of July. So happy 4th of July, everybody. Let me show you what food we have today for our mukbang. We have soft shell crabs. I actually fried those. You bread them and you fry them, and they're delicious. I mean, I'm not really a crab person because that's just a whole bunch of work to me for a little bit of meat. But the soft shell crabs, I actually had it for the first time over my cousin-in-law's house. So, hold up. First off, shout out to my cousin-in-law because she sent me a link to today's story. And once I saw today's story, I had to go and research it. So it was just such an interesting story. So shout out to her. She knows who she is. But the first time I had soft shell crabs, it was over her house. She had fried them and they were delicious because you don't have to like dissect the crab. You can actually just eat it all the way, the shell and everything. It's really good. So we got the soft shell crabs with the lemon wedges. We've got some beet flavored deviled eggs, which they just look so pretty. So I had to pick them up today. And my husband is a deviled egg connoisseur, so he's gonna like those. We also have the lobster, which I air fried. I know you're supposed to boil them, but it was already red and perfect and cooked. And I was like, well, let me throw it in my air fryer. I love my air fryer, by the way. Threw it in the air fryer. I think I may have overcooked it just a little bit because she came out, first she went in orange and she came out pink. So we'll see how she is. I slathered her in butter, put a whole bunch of Slap Your Mama seasoning and Obey on her. Here's the Obey. So hopefully she'll be good. So we've got the lobster. We've got the shelled shrimp with the cocktail sauce, as well as the deshelled shrimp with the cocktail sauce. And of course I had to have my drinks. So we've got the Coca-Cola, as well as, I thought it'd be fun today to do a little Capri Suns. You know, just a shout out to back in the day. And we've got Lay's potato chips as well. Of course, I had to get paper plates.
You got napkins?
He asked if I had napkins, and yes, I have napkins.
That is very important.
Yes, napkins, thank you. Napkins are very important, so I have napkins. So we are going to have a seafood mukbang. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what everybody grabs first. I know what I'm grabbing first. I am a shrimp person. So I'm going to go ahead and give me a piece of shrimp. Dip it in the cocktail sauce. I love shrimp. It's just so easy to eat and it's delicious. And I sprinkle a little Obey on there just to give it some extra flavor. It may need a little bit more Obey. I think maybe just a little bit more.
The shrimp is good.
I'm glad. I've had lobster before, but just the lobster tail. We had it because my husband is a huge Baltimore Ravens fan. So when they went to the Super Bowl this last time, I think it was 2010? 2012, excuse me. We had to have a Super Bowl party that was beyond a Super Bowl party. So I was like, okay, what will make my party stand out? That I made a stadium full of food. It was nothing but food. I went on Pinterest, went on Google, went on YouTube, and figured out how to make a food stadium. So it was towered and filled with food I was like, okay, well, I mean, we would throw that over the top, and it was lobster tail. So I was like, okay, let me try it and do the lobster tail. And it actually turned out really good. The only thing is, and I'm going to have to get over this, it looks like a bug. To me, lobster looks like a bug. So I got to get away from that because the meat is so delicious. But seriously, and especially because he used to have a tank and a huge aquarium. And he would actually have little lobsters in there, little crayfish, all that kind of stuff. So I would actually see it living and moving and walking around, and now I'm about to eat it with Old Bay. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with that. I mean, I'm going to have to take a piece, but he's got to crack it and do all that stuff first. I don't mind deshelling the shrimp. Because even though it has legs and stuff, it's still worth it. I'm just deshelling it in the back here. Who knew you could throw a lobster in the air fryer? I love my air fryer. It does everything.
What is that you just picked up? Lemon or something?
It's a lemon wedge. So it can take the shrimp to another level. Very nice.
You want to split the soft shell crabs like in half?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can have it.
Mm-hmm. And already I'm reaching for a napkin. Napkin. Everybody need a napkin? I've got napkins this time. So we're gonna try one of the soft shell crabs.
You gonna break them in half?
Yeah. Again, I just breaded it with eggs and flour and pan fried it in Crisco oil. And you can actually eat the entire thing. Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I was just shocked you could break it in half.
You can eat the whole thing.
Because it's not a shell on there.
Can you go closer to the camera?
Mhm.
And soft shell.
That is good. That is good.
It's a shell, but it's a soft shell.
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but my husband's saying it's a shell, but it's a soft shell. You can actually eat it.
Yeah, that is way better than regular crab.
I'm telling you, the first time I was over at her house and I had this, I was like, no, that's the way to go. That's how you do crabs. I can just eat it. Crispy, meaty, and delicious. So today's mukbang is entitled The Devil's Punch Bowl. Remember when you were in school? It was not one of your favorite things. But I'm telling you, as a former teacher, it kind of gave the teacher just a little bit of, I don't know, happiness to spring a pop quiz on you. Just to hear and see the reactions. If I said to you right now, hey guys, it's pop quiz time. Already, don't come for me. Already, y'all want to start some stuff. What if I say it only has 2 questions? You feel a little better? Why your eyebrows all the way up here? Question 1. Name a country that had concentration camps.
Germany.
Am I supposed to answer? We both answer?
Bernie did answer. She said Germany. That's the first one you think of. Question 2. Name a concentration camp.
Auschwitz.
Oh. I know their history. She said Auschwitz. Name a concentration camp.
Treblinka.
You said Treblinka. See, that wasn't so painful. But I'm telling you, as a teacher in the back of your head, you're like, yeah, I got it. I woke them up. At least they're woke this morning. Nice. I said that because did you know that America had concentration camps? Now, one that people know about it's a little more prevalent, was during World War II. They put Japanese Americans into concentration camps. But did you know there were concentration camps for black people? I'm so sorry, I double dipped. There's another one. There's another one right here. So now this is mine. This is now mine.
Broke the golden rule.
Yes, I did. There was 3 concentration camps in the 1860s for black people. Now let me take you through it. Let me set the scene here. The Civil War had ended. Black people were so happy. They were free. They had finally gotten out of slavery. Imagine that. Imagine how they were feeling. They were so happy they could leave the plantation. And so they're in search of a place where they could truly be free. So they're walking, trying to find a place they can truly be free. As they're walking, they find a place. They land in Natchez, Mississippi. I'm just deshelling the crab here. I mean the shrimp. I can't wait to see if he does that lobster. I just can't wait. Yes. Because I'm going to have to steal a piece. Let him do all the work, and I steal a piece.
Don't have tools.
They end up in Natchez, Mississippi. I'm saying Natchez, Natchez. Now, Natchez, use that one, not my one. Natchez, the population grew from 10,000 to 120,000 basically overnight. Hey, how was those double eggs?
They were good.
Yeah, they're
Really?
good. Mm-hmm.
That beet gives it an extra flavor. I'm not a beet person.
It's really good.
That I gotta try it. Here we go. Beet flavored. It's not bad. It does give it a little extra flavor.
I like them better than the regular.
Really? So the regular citizens of Natchez was like, we can't handle this influx of people. It's just too many. So they contacted the Union Army. Hey guys, we need help. It's too many people here. Now the Union soldiers were not actually really happy about the situation because they still felt like slaves were property. So they begrudgingly came down to help with the situation. What they did was, they came up with a solution. We're going to put these people in a concentration camp. 3 of them. We'll build 3. And the way it looked, it really did look like a punch bowl. The way that the landscape is set up. Matter of fact, pirates used to use it because it was just so well hidden. The like foliage hid it so well. So you got the bottom, and then you got the walls, the cliffs. So there's really no way out. There's no way up. There's no way out. All the trees that have grown and everything. So they were like, let's put them there.
That was the concentration camp.
It was in the form of a punch bowl.
And they did it to control the population.
That's what they said. But it really was, they had no intention of letting those people go. So they put them in the punch bowl. And they said, okay. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Jewish concentration camp movies or documentaries, but it was almost similar to that. You know, during those documentaries, they would take them off the train. They would say, you group of people go here, you group of people go there. So kind of picture that in your head because that's what's happening now. They're saying, men, y'all go over here. Women and children, y'all go over there. Now, please remember, the slaves are like, well, I'm sorry, they're not even slaves. They're free men. They're happy. Hey, we're free. We're finally finding a place. We're free. So what the soldiers did was they took the men and they made them do hard labor. Now, on the plantation, they had to do hard labor. But you're talking about Mississippi. Hot, humid, heat. And the way they described it was that this was hard labor. Slavery, we know, was hard labor. So for them to say that this was hard labor means that was some hard labor. That's interesting. Yep. Not really a seafood person. That's very interesting right there.
Peel the legs off.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Y'all not seeing my daughter's face.
I really need like a thing to scoop.
A scoop thing?
Yeah.
You might want to look at shrimp instead while he's doing it.
I'm gonna just take a piece.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I need this.
Napkin.
Yeah.
You need a napkin. Yeah, that's the last napkin.
Because you need like a thing to scoop the tail out.
You need a plate.
Yeah.
So they had the men doing hard labor. And I mean hard labor. Which always makes me think, why is it that it's a stereotype that black people are lazy? When we came over to America, and I'm not starting anything, I'm just asking a question. We came over to America as slaves, doing the job for other people for free. And then after slavery, things like this happen. So why is there still, to this day, 2020, a stereotype that black people are lazy? That it never made sense to me. So the men are separated from the women and the children, doing hard labor in the sun, Mississippi. The women and the children are left to their own devices. Now, when I say that, y'all are not seeing his face.
It's good.
It's good. He is sitting back
Lobster.
like he's in heaven. Well, I have to try a piece.
Wait, can you give me a
Just
piece?
try to take a piece off. You really need like a scooper. Something to scoop the tail out. But you can try to take a piece off.
I mean, if it was already out of the tail, that'd be better, but in the tail. Okay, try this piece.
You want the butter?
Yeah, dip it in the butter. Dip it in the butter. I have some melted garlic butter over there. She's gonna dip it in the butter. And I'm gonna try a piece. Wow, she's shaking her head yes. Houston, we have success. Oh yeah, man, that's amazing. I just wish it didn't look like that. Well, that is amazing. He's back. Round 2. And the fireworks is still going off. So they left the women and children to their own devices, meaning they gave them nothing. They walled them off. They actually constructed a cement wall and walled them off. So the women couldn't see the men couldn't see the women and the children. They were now completely separate. Starvation, dehydration, and smallpox is running rampant throughout the section. And it's such a shame because these people were filled with so much hope. And now they have taken the hope away from them. And they're dying. And nobody cares. They don't care so much that people in the Punch Bowl, the Devil's Punch Bowl, were saying, let me out of here. Let me just go back to the plantation. It's better for us to be on the plantation than it is to be here. Let us go. And they wouldn't let them go. Again, I say, people are dying. And so they asked the soldiers, can we bury the bodies? Because, you can't just be around dead bodies and just have dead bodies there. the soldiers threw them shovels and told them, bury them where they drop. All in all, 20,000 people died in the Devil's Punch Bowl. Men, women, and children. They couldn't get out. All their hopes were dashed. And they just died. Well, I gave up all my napkins. And I really need a napkin. And I do use one of these. So the local town folks, because people still live there now, to this day, the local town folks say that sometimes when it floods real bad, sometimes skeletal remains they actually get washed up on shore.
Really?
Yep, today, even today. It was that many people that died down there. And the locals say that in the Punch Bowl now are these beautiful trees. Beautiful. You can't find them anywhere else. And they're filled with peaches. You know, Georgia peach. The locals refuse to eat them. The locals, 2020, they refuse to eat them. And they asked them why. Why won't you eat the peaches? And they said, because we know how those trees were fertilized from human remains. So that was the story time of the Devil's Punch Bowl. Again, I just reiterate why I'm telling these stories. Because we have to learn our history, the entire American history, so that we can move forward. Now, the reason why they don't tell this stuff in school is because they're trying to lessen the shame, and they try to add to the American amnesia that's going on. But with the climate the way it is today, and we're all trying to be in this together, we have to learn this. We have to learn this so that we can move forward. So if you enjoyed the story, I would ask that you please like, share, and subscribe. We've gotten a lot of subscribers. We've gotten a lot of views. So thank you very much. If this is your first time to my channel, I'd say thank you. And if you are returning, thank you as well. We're going to continue to eat on this. If you have anything to add, did I get something wrong? Did I get something right? Go ahead and add it down below. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Inside Out Triangle. And I will see you next time. Have a good night.